Okay. Am I good? Okay. Good evening, everybody. There's no mic. Hi. Okay. It's okay. There we go. Is that better? Okay. Hey, everyone. We'd love for you to take your seats so we can get started tonight. We have a full and fun program. So we wanted to get it all going tonight. And I would like to be the first to welcome all of you home for Southern Utah University's Homecoming 2021. My name is Mindy K. Larson, and I am currently serving as the alumni president, and I am delighted to gather with you this evening to honor all 66,000 plus alumni and to recognize tonight's esteemed alumni award winners. Thank you to our pianist, Shayla Jessup Cheney, a piano performance major from West Jordan, for providing our dinner music tonight. We have a fun program planned, like I said, and I hope you'll enjoy all of it. I'm sure that a lot of you came tonight for the opportunity to bump elbows with some of our most prominent T-Bird celebrities. So I'd like to start tonight by recognizing a few of our VIPs. So first, we are pleased to have with us tonight Interim President Mindy Benson and members of her cabinet, Provost John Anderson, Athletic Director Debbie Coram, Vice President Marvin Dodge, Vice President Stuart Jones, and Vice President Jarrett Tippett. So if they'll all stand so we can give you a round of applause. Also tonight we have members of the university's Board of Trustees, our chair, Rich Christensen, Beverly Burgess, Marilee Eyre, Newman Conte, and Sydney Nacken, if they could all stand and be recognized. Hopefully some of you were greeted tonight by a stellar group of alumni who are serving on the National Alumni Committee. And so working the room tonight, we have Kim Bateman from Las Vegas, Nevada, Sue Esplin from Cedar City, Jesse Leach from Goodyear, Arizona, Christy McMullen from Cedar City, Ashley Nelson from Centerville, Katie Wankier from Hurricane, Nate and Jen Wilkie from Draper, Sammy Wilson of Las Vegas, Nevada, and Suzanne Young of Las Vegas, Nevada, if they could all stand as well and be recognized. It's also very exciting because tonight we have a number of our civic leaders here. Iron County Commissioner Mike Bleak and Enoch Mayor Jeffrey Chestnut. If they're both here, we could give them a round of applause as well. And also, we'd like to recognize our current SUU leaders, President Newman Conte, representing the student body as well as the country of Mali, Brock Bleak of Cedar City, Michaela Brown of Camas, Brandon Croft of Kaysville, Paige Washburn of Syracuse, and Mitchell Zufelt of Cedar City. So go ahead and stand and let us recognize you as well. And tonight we are especially privileged to pay tribute to our 50-year club inductees, who we're going to recognize a little bit later in the program, as well as 3 individuals who have excelled since leaving SUU and have been out in the world impacting all of us with what they do. So we have Whitney Johnson, who's a fellow hoopster, and Sandra Lord Thomas, who's the original T-Bird superhero, and also Daryl Eves, who his superpower has been changing lives on the social media platforms. So we offer a special welcome to these individuals and looking forward to recognizing them tonight. But to start off, we have a special performance from an octet made up of students from the SUU choral department and directed by Dr. Crystal McCoy. It has been a long-standing tradition to sing the Grand Old BAC by beloved Professor Pa Manning, whose picture hangs in this room. The era of the Branch Agricultural College from 1913 to 1953 was one of the great expansion in virtually every way. In this new time of expansion at SUU, we look back to the people who laid the foundation for this unprecedented and hard-earned growth of our alma mater. And you'll notice that the Grand Old BAC is the basis for the melody of the current SUU fight song, which we'll all have an opportunity to sing tonight. So before the choir comes up here, I just want to tell you that we're going to invite you to proceed with your dinner at the conclusion of their performance. And the last note before we get on with the show is I'd like to thank those of you who didn't turn around and leave when you saw there was not a plated dessert at your table. I promise you there's a sugar fix coming. We are going to do it at the conclusion of tonight's program out in the lobby so you can choose from a variety of desserts and socialize. And so with that, please welcome the SU Choral Department.
There's a grand old place in the mountains high, where the sunlight always shines, where the breezes blow and the pure white snow the mountain air finds. That place is hallowed by a school, that is where I long to be, and meet the dear old friends I love at the grand old BAC. Oh, the BAC is the school I love for the vigor of her youth. Her blue stands out as the blue of the sky, and her light is the light of truth. All her children thrill at her very name, no matter where they be. 'Tis the school of the blue and the white we love, it's the grand old BAC.
All right, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed your dinner, and thank you, Shayla, so much for the dinner music. Let's give her a round of applause. And we'd also like to recognize and thank the staff at Chartwells and Event Services for providing our wonderful dinner and accommodations, as well as the Alumni and Community Relations Office for their work in making tonight's festivities possible. So towards the back of your program, you're going to see a full schedule of homecoming events. And I want to make sure you all know that you're invited to join us for all of these outstanding events, from soccer and volleyball matches to the farewell reception for President and Mrs. Wyatt, who have joined us here tonight. Let's give them a round of applause as well. This Friday is Forever Red's 10th anniversary, and Saturday morning features the fan favorite pancake breakfast parade. Of course, we've got the football tailgate and the game against Eastern Washington on Saturday night, so trust me, I've watched it all. There's nothing worth binge watching this weekend, so get off your couch and come out and help us celebrate homecoming. So I did something yesterday that was outside my personal box, and those of you who follow me on social media saw it, and those of you who don't, Aunt Mindy K, follow, like, subscribe, please. And anyway, you see, I'm what is officially defined as an indoor girl, but when you're in Seatown visiting this outdoor campus, you've got to take advantage of it, right? So I did something somewhat reminiscent of a hike, and I didn't get to the top of a mountain or rappel down like all of you professionals, because I have been living at sea level for 15 years. So I got to the height where my lungs felt like they were going to spontaneously combust. And I said, this is my spot. This is where I'm going to take it all in. And it was beautifully, breathtakingly gorgeous, and it was really worth the trip. So I'm concluding my term as alumni president, and so my final message, I wanted to leave with you something in the spirit of that awe-inspiring scenery and the outdoor activity that SUU provides such easy access to for all of us. Some of you may have noticed tonight that I'm 5'16". I love that joke. I tell it all the time. My friends are rolling their eyes, but I channeled that height into a basketball career, and as basketball players, we are constantly given lessons on teamwork, and most of them carry over into our lives. And whatever version of team you have to work with in your life, there's one thing that we all kind of have in common for the successful teams. And successful teams do one thing: they hold the rope for each other. And so I wanted to talk to you a little bit tonight about holding the rope and what that means. So let's say that you're heading out to Snow Canyon or Kolob Plateau, and you're going to do some rappelling or some rock climbing, and maybe you get in a little bit of trouble and you lose your footing, and maybe, hopefully, it's a metaphorical cliff, but you could be hanging from a cliff, 100-foot drop, and the only thing that is going to save you is those people that are there willing to hold the rope and hold you up. And you have to know who you have in your support system that would pull you to safety, who's going to hold that rope for you. Who do you know that's not going to let go, no matter how much their hands burn, no matter how tough it gets? And you know, maybe you can think of 2 people, but that might not be enough. They might not be around. They might be like me and not be outside. They might not be strong enough. So basically, you need an entire support system to hold the rope for you. And as alumni, we have that in Southern Utah University and the people who make this institution great. The faculty, staff, and community, they held the rope for us during our formative years as young adults. They got us to graduation. Maybe you found your significant other here, but definitely they sent us out into the world with our ropes secure. So as a communication graduate, I learned about the norm of reciprocity in my comm theory class. And so this means that there's going to come a time where it's going to be our turn to hold the rope for SUU. And you've done it tonight by coming out, supporting the alumni banquet, coming back to celebrate homecoming. You can hold the rope by contributing your time, using your social media platforms to promote the university. And Vice President Stuart Jones especially likes it when you hold the rope by giving your money. Every little bit helps. Right, Stuart? But if you are looking for a couple ways to get started, to grab onto that rope, ask any of the National Alumni Council members about the Random Acts of Kindness, which we call Random Acts of T-Birds campaign, where you can give back not only to SUU, but to your communities. Or ask us about the Tradition Keeper, which is helping establish all the unique legacies of SUU for past, present, and future students. We'd love to have you hop on board and be involved. And I just don't know if I can find the vocabulary words strong enough to express the absolute honor and privilege it's been to serve the alumni. I've done my best to hold the rope for the SUU alumni during my time, and I'm blessed to have chosen to be educated in a community that has taken care of me since my very first recruiting visit all the way up to this point in my life, and I wouldn't go back and change a thing. It's especially poignant for me tonight to be a part of this banquet because I cannot tell you how many phone calls, texts, or emails have come to me from Sandra right when I needed some rope holding. And I've tried really hard to hold the rope for Whitney, but she's so remarkably talented, she doesn't need my help at all. And as any of you had the opportunity to hear Daryl speak at the Apex lecture, he's just a true genius and really representing SUU exceptionally well. But before we get into their stories, I'm honored to introduce the alumni who have been holding the rope for 50 years. So tonight we honor the 50-year club. We've invited the classes of 1970 since they missed out last year, as well as the classes of 1971. When they checked in, they were given their gold pin to commemorate their 50 years as alumni. And so I'd like to ask our newest 50-year club members to stand and be recognized as I read your name. Sharon Anderson, Andrea Augenstein, Steve Baker, Geraldine Banks, Carl and Geraldine Banks, my bad, Sandra Benson, Annette Bybee, Ed Browning, Pete Codella, Vicki Chalice, Bob and Barbara Corey, Linda Ellertson, Larry Eyre, Marcia Harding, Brent Hunter, William Hyde, Evelyn Jessup, Chris and Elaine Johnson, Daniel Jones, Shirley Jones, Catherine Liedeman, Sandy Lytle, Don and Jackie Marchant, Jean Matheson, Raymond and Evalie Matheson, Suzanne Morris, Fran Oldroyd, Glenn Pryor, Bob Schecksnyder, J.L. Slade, Tom Walker, Ted and Melinda Whitaker, Charles David White, Ann Williams, and Tony Whitwer. Let's give these alumni a hearty round of applause. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's an honor to celebrate your golden anniversary with you. So as alumni, we have an opportunity to positively impact people in our communities, in our places of employment, and the lives of future T-Birds. And tonight, we honor 3 individuals, Whitney Johnson, Sandra Lord, Thomas, and Daryl Eves. They've distinguished themselves through their careers, selfless service, and of course, devotion to this institution. Our honorees, in the truest sense of the word, are representatives of the entire Alumni Association, whose members are excelling and contributing in communities across our nation and beyond. So we'll begin the video presentations highlighting our Young Alumnus Award recipient, Whitney Johnson.
The term ball of fire might well first spring to mind when one meets SUU's Young Alumnus of the Year. The ever-energetic Whitney Johnson, who played basketball at the University of New Mexico and at SUU, earned a Master of Business Administration degree here in 2018. She has brought to bear a formidable legacy of brilliance, dedication, and achievement, and since February has fulfilled a vital function at Brigham Young University as its Associate Athletic Director for Student Athlete Development, Inclusion, and Diversity. By all accounts, she has settled quickly into that role and has begun to make a distinct advancement in the life and spirit of Cougar athletics. Her path in her chosen field was a somewhat unconventional one, featuring an academic and athletic springboard. Armed with a 2016 degree in organizational leadership from UNM, she chose SUU for graduate school largely due to family ties. She had grown up hearing about the university from her parents, Peter and Stephanie Johnson, each of whom had shined on the court and on campus here in the early 90s. Greatly excited about the opportunity to play for the Thunderbird basketball squad alongside her sister Kiana, who too had followed her parents to campus, Whitney was also mightily drawn to the institution's renowned Dixie L. Levitt School of Business. SUU Athletic Director Debbie Coram was happy to make use of Whitney's talents, putting her to work leading the Student Athlete Advisory Committee both at SUU and the Big Sky Conference. She was a powerful role model for her colleagues and pointedly for her fellow students. Whitney is a shining star, says Coram. Keep your eye on her because her career is just beginning. A product of Lone Peak High School in Highland, Utah, where she led the Knights to a pair of regional championships, Whitney grew up on the courts with a start in Gilbert, Arizona as a youth. Through her collegiate career, she overcame 3 severe injuries, which could have prematurely ended her playing days. With courage and dedication, she racked up a 4-year collegiate career as a relentless competitor. Notably, her UNM career featured a game against the Thunderbirds. The 6'2" center went on to put up solid numbers for SUU as an impressive leader and model, serving as co-captain of the squad. One of her most cherished memories came on senior night, as the T-Birds' only such student. The team honored Whitney by dedicating the game to her, and despite the loss to Idaho, she treasured the sentiment. She turned in what's known as a double-double in that final home game of her collegiate career, leading the team with 19 points and 12 rebounds. Following her SUU days, Whitney specialized in student-athlete development at Indiana University and at the Indianapolis NCAA headquarters in leadership development. Among her efforts at the NCAA, she created a mentorship program to aid student-athlete grads in navigating the athletics industry. She also worked at the headquarters of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, coordinating worldwide missionary efforts in a broad spectrum of needs. She herself served as a full-time missionary for the church in Mexico City. Unfailingly devoted to the student-athlete ideal, Whitney was an academic all-conference performer both at UNM and SUU, and today continues in service as a valued member of several professional associations devoted to students, thus manifesting the principles honed through her own collegiate experience.
As Whitney makes her way to this stage, we invite her friends and family to stand and be recognized for their support as well.
Thank you so much. This is a huge honor. I recently listened to a podcast by Brene Brown. It was called The Art of Gathering, and she talked about the intentionality behind bringing people together and the power that comes when people come together and unite. And so I just wanted to briefly acknowledge my intentionality behind the people that I brought here with me today and others who I invited who weren't able to make it. I wholeheartedly recognize that I am a product of the patience, coaching, mentoring, parenting, blood, sweat, and tears, friendship, all the good things that have been poured into me. If I accomplish anything great in my life, it is because of the greatness that I have been surrounded by and the greatness that has been poured into me. One such great moment was choosing to come here to Southern Utah University to get my master's degree and play with my little sister. This institution, the team that I played with, the coaches that I had, the instructors that, again, poured into me, just changed my life and set me on a course to put me where I am today. And I am incredibly grateful and honored to be here and to represent all of the greatness again that has been poured into me, and hope that I can pass it on. And as Mindy said, continue to hold the rope for those coming after me. Thank you.
Thank you, Whitney. Next, please enjoy the video featuring Distinguished Service Award recipient Sandra Lord Thomas.
There has been an abundance of SUU graduates who have, over many years, stalwartly represented the institution both as a student and a member of the Alumni Association. But few have a record of sustained service to match that of Sandra Lord Thomas. She came to campus from Kanab, Utah in 1990 and immediately made her presence felt with an uncommon and winning combination: a hunger to learn and a dynamic personality. Her vibrant participation in the educational process and her persuasive personality, punctuated by a megawatt smile, made for a force of advancement that continues to this day. She excelled in the classroom and in the broader life of campus, and was elected president of the student body, an office she distinguished with her maturity and devotion to duty and to her fellow Thunderbirds. With genuineness, she won the respect of campus leaders and the Board of Trustees, with whom she served the institution and its varied publics with honor. Following her 1993 baccalaureate degree in communication, she earned a master's degree in education here. Ever positive and enthusiastic, Sandra used her training and experience to make a distinct difference on campus following her graduation, as she served for 7 years as SUU's Director of School Relations, overseeing the institution's honored program to seek out high school graduates, and as a director of the prestigious Governor's Honor Academy on campus. Her work in enrollment management processes included recruitment, marketing, and public relations. She directed and founded the Alumni Ambassador Program, the Admissions Advisor Program, the Sanctuary Scholarship Competition, Quest Leadership Seminars, and the Spring Leadership Competition. She has gone on to make a distinct difference in the quality of life in her adopted Arizona hometown of Bullhead City in Mojave County, and in much of her region over the past 2 decades, serving on and leading a number of bodies dedicated to improving the many environments of the area. She has applied her SUU master's degree and PhD in educational leadership from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, to bolster her service as an independent researcher and consultant for various public and private entities. She has taught at both UNLV and at Northern Arizona University, and as a consultant, she belongs to the facilitation team of strategic planning seminars and specializes in organizational planning and progression. She is a member of a number of professional associations to advance and support education, and her research interests include public policy and practice, organizational theory, and leadership. She calls herself a mixed methods researcher, enjoying both the qualitative and quantitative sides of scholarly exploration. She won plaudits in 2005 as SUU's Young Alumnus of the Year and served as SUU's Alumni Association president from 2014 to 2016, again taking a seat on the Board of Trustees and contributing mightily to the betterment of the institution and its alumni. Additionally, she has contributed her time, talents, and treasures to the advancement of the university in a grand variety of ways, and is ever seen as a valuable and valued symbol of the quality of an SUU education. She is an avid photographer and has exhibited her work at SUU's Braithwaite Gallery and other smaller city venues. She is an avid reader, writer, artist, and runner, and loves to spend time with her family. She and her husband Michael are parents of 2 children. Tonight, the SUU Alumni Association honors her with its Distinguished Service Award.
As Sandra makes her way to the stage, we invite her friends and family to stand as well and be recognized.
Well, I have to make a, I knew I wouldn't have been able to do that had I been wearing my heels, which today I forgot. So, life is fun, absolutely. Thank you, family, friends, mentors, my fellow alums. I am absolutely honored to receive this prestigious award and very humbled at the opportunity to be among those who have garnered this award in the past. I don't know how many of you have looked up that list, but they are beautiful people inside and out who have changed this campus. Some may ask me what motivates me to serve Southern Utah University so dedicatedly. Some of you may think that's not a word, but I defy you to challenge me. I had a university professor at UNLV who I could never decipher his emails because they were so convoluted with words I didn't know, but I learned a lot from him. What motivates me to serve Southern Utah University? Just outside this building to the west of us, I think, west of us, is a place called the Centurion. And during my time here, I waited out a rainstorm many days. I enjoyed the sunshine and the shade of that area. I remember taking reprieve there, moments of reprieve between classes. The Centurion serves to capture the odyssey of the mind and houses 12 bronze statues of historical figures, men and women, who had great impact on the course of world history, who improved the human life in unimaginable ways, who made the impossible possible. Certainly our founders made the impossible possible. They are legends who braved severe mountain storms and unsurmountable odds to secure the lumber to build the first building on this campus. For its history, for its odes to lifelong learning, for its dedicated and passionate people, this is a very special place. Its sheltering trees, its historic buildings, its well-trodden pathways, its enduring voices, its questions, its answers. It's all part of the remarkable experience that is Southern Utah University. I am ever thankful for my family, who we grew up with a can-do attitude, and we heard the phrase, "If it is to be, it's up to me," from my parents many times. I'm very thankful for my own family, my children and my husband and his family, who I consider incredibly special. I'm also very thankful for that gregarious Southern Utah University recruiter who showed up at Kanab High School in 1990 and shared a motivating presentation of SUU that stirred something inside of me. It's all of that. These and many more experiences are the beginning of understanding what doing the impossible was all about for me. This grand institution, if you didn't already know, changes lives. It may have changed yours. And it is the catalyst for proving the impossible is possible for every individual who steps foot on its beautiful grounds. So when you and I imagine ourselves into the lives of those who do not have our advantages, let us share the opportunities of higher education, those opportunities that Southern Utah University provides and provided us. Let us help others imagine the possible. I am proud to be an alumni or an alumnae of Southern Utah University, very proud and honored to receive this distinguished award. My sincere and humble thanks to each one of you, for in this room are people that I love, respect, and admire, and honor. Mindy Kay, I will miss you, and you will always receive texts from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra. Next, please enjoy the video featuring our outstanding alumnus, Daryl Eves.
Daryl Eves, of the class of 1999, has solidly established himself in the digital video world through talent and vision, and is today recognized as one of the world's leading YouTube strategists, as well as an innovator, influencer, and trainer. Moreover, the YouTube master is the man behind some of the most successful viral video campaigns in history. He is founder and CEO of Creatus, a video marketing and strategy company, as well as founder of Vid Summit, an annual event in Los Angeles for video creators and marketers. And he has helped 27 YouTube channels go from 0 to more than 1 million subscribers, and has generated an astounding 64 billion views on the medium. Add to that his success as founder and executive producer of The Chosen, a filmed treatment of the life of Jesus, which is the highest-grossing crowd-funded movie project of all time. And it's easy to see that his influence in the world of digital communication has touched the lives of millions. The Chosen's first season can now be viewed with subtitles in more than 90 languages, and the dubbed version of the show can also be streamed in 7 languages. Daryl says that the series focuses on the life of Jesus rather than theology, which makes it enjoyable for everyone to watch, regardless of their beliefs. The highly engaging and forward-thinking Daryl earned his bachelor's degree in communication with an emphasis in advertising and public relations with personalized aid from Professor Pat Pastrop, who saw early on the potential in this Hurricane High School product. By that time, Daryl had already started his successful website ranking business in the infancy of the World Wide Web. He's been on YouTube since it began in 2005 and became an expert through tens of thousands of hours of research and content creation, as well as through 16 years of trial and error, and by seeing what does or doesn't work for other channels. Some of those lessons are outlined in his Wall Street Journal best-selling book, The YouTube Formula: How Anyone Can Unlock the Algorithm to Drive Views, Build an Audience, and Grow Revenue. One of the keys to his success is that he understands people. By looking at patterns in a client's YouTube channel data, he identifies their target audience and consults the client on how best to speak to those viewers. And he has mastered the art of compelling storytelling through video. He teaches creators how to capture their viewers' attention and keep them engaged throughout the duration of the video. Daryl's work has been featured on The Today Show, Good Morning America, NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, ESPN, Forbes, World Religion News, and more. He also was featured on the Forbes list 20 must-watch YouTube channels that will change your business, along with such stars as Tony Robbins. He says that his career passion and personal mission is to help individuals, brands, and businesses make a positive impact in the world. But his greatest passion is his family. His wife, Carolyn, and their 5 children, Ellie, Logan, Kelton, Thatcher, and Bridger. He is joined as an SUU alum by Carolyn, who earned a bachelor's degree in accounting in 1997. He married the former Carolyn Robinson of St. George, Utah in 1996. They tell everyone they know that they love raising their family in southern Utah.
We invite Daryl to the stage and his friends and family to stand and be recognized for their support.
I don't know who picked out those pictures, but please, no. I'm grateful to be here, and I want to just share a little bit about my life here at SUU. All my siblings, except for one, graduated here at SUU, and the other one graduated from Dixie, but we don't claim her anymore. But no, to be honest, it was a great experience, and I really saw a difference day one coming to SUU. My wife was just telling how amazing SUU is. My older sister and brother said, this is the place that you need to be. And I chose to go to Dixie College. And I didn't like it, to be honest with you. It felt like an extension of high school. And I was there to learn and get things done. And there wasn't a culture of education and really forward thinking from my point of view. And I got my class schedule together, got accepted here to SUU, and I went into the office of Pat Paystrip, and that's where my YouTube experience, I always talk about YouTube, that's where my SUU experience changed, and it helped me understand the culture of SUU, the culture of T-Birds. And she was so gracious to actually take time with me. I wasn't even her student at the time. And she was able to mentor me and help me select which classes I needed to do. And then I had this really crazy idea of what I would like to do at SUU. And she actually listened, and she made it possible to do the things I wanted to do. And I know that a lot of us get these awards and we go on and do some great things, but seriously, Pat, you changed my life. And that's the reason why I wanted to invite you here, is because you've actually changed thousands of people's lives, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions, for the energy and effort that you put into teaching. And you are very special. And I think all the educators out there that have spent time, energy, and effort bringing education into the lives of others and really mentoring people has made the biggest difference. Now, what does it mean to be an alumnus at SUU? I think it's like on a quest to change the world, on a quest to make the communities better, on a quest to inspire others. And I just challenge you, wherever you're at in your life, to mentor someone. There's someone out there like me that needs someone to listen, needs someone to point them in the right direction, needs someone to connect them with other people and make their experience amazing. And it doesn't necessarily have to be here at SUU, but you can help point them in the right direction. And I can tell you that this rising generation, I work with them so closely on YouTube, and there's not a lot of great influences out there for them. And they're craving for it, and they're wanting that direction. They want to be passionate about something and get behind something that they can get, move the world and change the world in so many different ways. But they need some great mentorship. So I just challenge everybody in this room to take time and look, be quick to observe someone that's out there that needs a little bit of mentorship, and spend the time, spend the effort, helping them really succeed. So Pat, honestly, you should deserve this because you made it all happen. Thank you so much. Can we get a round of applause for Pat?
Thank you, Daryl. I've learned a lot from Daryl today, including that I am not Pat Paystrip's favorite student. Thank you. I appreciate that. Congratulations to our 2021 Alumni Award recipients. We thank you for your outstanding contribution and service to SUU and to the communities in which you live. Southern Utah University is a remarkable place. It's provided education, opportunity to generations of Thunderbirds. All of you here tonight, along with thousands of others, have taken your education and experiences and are making a difference in the world. And that's the greatest thing. We're so proud of you and all that you are accomplishing. And speaking of someone going above and beyond for the university, our next speaker is beloved and very important to SUU. And I should know because when I worked here, I used to get her mail by accident all the time. And she gets credit for my shooting percentage every once in a while. And while we get mixed up because of our namesakes, there's no confusion when it comes to impact. That is Mindy all the way. Her reign may have started with a flood, but that's fitting because she thrives in adversity. So please welcome to this stage President Mindy Benson.
Oh, how we love Mindy K. And honestly, people mistake us for one another all the time. And the 5'6" can't play basketball player in me looks at her and think, yeah, that's me. Same person. To Daryl and Sandra and Whitney, congratulations. We're appreciative that you're part of the Thunderbird family and proud of all that you've done and how you represent us out there. So thank you for all you do. And to all of you, I love seeing this crowd gathered again. Homecoming is my very favorite time of year. It's fall. There's beautiful weather. The leaves have a tinge of color. Pumpkin, everything is in the air. But we have traditions that bring all of us back together, and it is so nice to see this group back together again. It's been a while since we were able to do that, and we missed you. We genuinely missed you and missed the opportunity to be with you and spend time with those that we love in our T-Bird family. So welcome back, and thank you for all the support that you give SUU and for being part of our Thunderbird family. This particular homecoming is a walk down memory lane for all of us, as homecoming is, but there's a group way in the back, my back row rebels, and they're celebrating their 30th anniversary of being in SUUSA. Kimber Heaton was the student body president, and I happen to serve in this SUUSA, and I can't believe that it's been 30 years. Fun fact, Whitney Johnson's dad, Pete Johnson, was in that group of SUUSA student leaders, and it's really odd that there is a daughter old enough to receive an award. So they all got old, I did not. But who would have thought when we were student leaders 30 years ago that I would be standing here as your interim president? Certainly not me. That is not something that I planned, but I am proud and honored and humbled to be here serving this place that I love so dearly. I served with under four presidents, President Sherritt, Benyon, President Benson the First is how we refer to him now, and the Wyatts, of course, who are here with us tonight. Thank you for joining us and for coming back for homecoming. I also grew up with President Braithwaite and President Carnahan running around on campus, and it was fun to see all of those presidents and their different leadership styles. Each president brought something special to what they led SUU with. Each added, brick by brick, or building by building, or student by student, to the legacy and to the incredible foundation that our founders built for us. I want you to know that I do not take this position lightly, and I've thought a lot about the legacy that I am helping to carry here. I look at all the portraits here in the Great Hall, from former presidents, friends, political leaders, community stalwarts, Mr. Flanagan, who planted all the trees, Sterling Church, who served as my mentor, Bessie Dover, Fred Adams, Ann Judd, who helped raise me, and of course, my own dad. And I knew I was going to cry when I said that. I understand the legacy of each of these people. But more importantly, I understand the legacy that each of you have brought to SUU. I know what you have left here, and I know what you continue to bring here. And I promise that I will do my best to uphold your legacy. I'm compelled to carry your legacy forward, and I am appreciative of that opportunity to do my best to honor each of you. A few things have happened since we were able to meet 2 years ago, so let me take you through a campus update. First, the Wyatts departed us, and we miss them dearly, and we're sad to see them go, and we love them. And I told President Wyatt, we love you, but I don't like you on nights like this that I'm suddenly in front of the crowd speaking. They made an indelible impact on SUU, and we're appreciative of their service. A few highlights of what happened during the Wyatt leadership. Enrollment grew by 60%. Our campus is healthy because of what he accomplished while he was here. Retention and graduation rates rose. Tuition hasn't increased. And I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Kathy and the legacy that she left for us, especially with the Sorensen Center for Hope. Thank you so much for all that you have done. We congratulate you on your new position and want you to know that we miss you and you'll always be part of our family. Thank you. I invite all of you to celebrate the Wyatt's legacy tomorrow at a reception from 4:30 to 6 p.m. on the Hunter Conference Center patio right out here. And there will be a portrait unveiled, President Wyatt, to go on the wall. None of us know what it looks like, so it will be entertaining. The Wyatt's departure led to a presidential search. I will be the interim president, and from what I understand, it will be 6 to 9 months. The search committee is in the process of being convened, and our own chair of our trustees, Rich Christensen, will co-chair that committee. And once that committee is convened, it takes about 6 to 9 months. So stay tuned for information on that. In the meantime, campus continues to thrive, and we are doing our very best to keep things open and keep our students safe and our faculty and staff safe in this strange pandemic world that we live in. I want to acknowledge the cabinet that we have, and you were introduced to them earlier. They're an extraordinary team of leaders that lead a remarkable campus. And campus is in a terrific place, and I'm appreciative of their help and everyone who's stepping up. You might be interested to know that our fall enrollments are up, as they always have been in the recent Wyatt years. Our third week enrollment is 13,688 students, an 9.9% increase. So for those of you that were here 50 years ago, it's changed a little bit. But we are very careful to maintain the personalized classroom attention that is the hallmark of SUU. Something exciting, by the end of fall semester, we anticipate being over 14,000 students at SUU. Now, before you get too wound up about that, keep in mind that part of them are online and part of them are face-to-face. So we are doing our best to manage that growth and make sure that we are growing strategically, and we plan to grow strategically 3 to 5% face-to-face and continue to grow our online so we don't change the campus experience. You may have heard a thing or two about a housing shortage that we experienced over the summer with all of these students. We figure that we lost about 1,000 beds within the community, with people renting their homes or selling their homes because the market's so big right now, or Airbnb is a hot item right now. So we had about 1,000 students looking for beds. Jared Tippett and his team did an incredible job making sure that our students had rooms. And by the end, most of our students were able to find places to live because our community, like you always do, step up to help. And we appreciate that. You might be interested to know that the Utah Shakespeare Festival is in the midst of their 60th anniversary season, which honors the founder, Fred C. Adams. They had to go dark last year like everyone did because of the pandemic, and this year when they opened, they were the largest operating theater company in the country, and they have successfully navigated and shown the theater world how they can be open amid a pandemic. They are reaching their financial and their ticket goals. The audiences have shown up, and they run through October 9th. So if you have a chance, get over to the Utah Shakespeare Festival. You might be interested to know that we are asking for legislative funding for a renovation and expansion of the lovely music building in Thorley Recital Hall. We are looking to expand and renovate that. We won't tear it down. No campus memories will be lost, but we are adding up onto it. So look for that in the near future if that's something that we can get from the legislature. Two exciting things coming up. It is SUU's birthday, and we are going to have a year-long celebration. It's our 125th anniversary. We start in March, kick that off in March of 2022 and go until April of 2023. It will be a community-wide celebration, so look for activities and events and historical moments and classroom curriculum every day for that year. And please come join us. Something that you may have seen announced this week, the President's Gala and the entertainment will be December 1st, and it will feature Marie Osmond. And it will be the Marie Osmond Symphonic Christmas Tour, and she will be playing with our student orchestra. So please come and join us for that. I think it'll be a terrific opportunity for our students. We have a lot going on. Campus remains vibrant and thriving. Under President Wyatt's leadership, he left us a very healthy campus, and it's fairly easy for me to continue to steer that ship. I look forward to the opportunity. Most of all, I want to invite all of you to be part of this journey with us. You are an integral part of SUU and all that we do here. We're appreciative of your support and encouragement, and we want you to be with us every step of the way. Thanks for being here tonight. Thank you for joining us as part of homecoming. We look forward to the rest of the celebrations, and thank you for joining us and being here.
Okay, in the spirit of homecoming, let's bring this banquet home. We are going to conclude this evening by giving you all your American Idol moment. We're going to stand and we're going to sing the SUU fight song. All of you have that memorized, correct? If you don't, you can cheat by looking at the back of your program. Before I introduce the special guest that's going to lead us in this song tonight, I just want to, on behalf of the university and our Alumni Association, thank you for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you coming out. We look forward to continuing the homecoming celebration with you this weekend and hope that you'll join us again next year. So I'm going to welcome Thor to the stage to lead us in the fight song. And there's two words I'm going to leave you with, and that's go T-Birds.